Belarus is not like Ukraine. It's too dependent on Russia economically to have a realistic perspective in the medium term of breaking its ties with Moscow and integrating with the West. And the European Union accepts this, but it likes to see Belarus that is, yes, in Russia's sphere of influence, but not completely integrated with Russia. It appreciates, for example, the fact that Belarus does not recognize Russia's annexation of Crimea from Ukraine. So this whole situation is very inconvenient for the European Union, which had been working to improve ties with Alexander Lukashenko's regime. Now, with this repression, this violence after this election that has clearly been fraudulent, it has to take some kind of action against Alexander Lukashenko. And that might all suit Vladimir Putin quite well if Alexander Lukashenko manages to stay on in power, but being substantially weakened and with his ties with the West, for the time being at least, ruined. He may be forced to make more concessions to Russia and move forward on the integration of Belarus with Russia into this union state that they've been talking about. But it might not be as simple as that, because if Alexander Lukashenko does do that, whilst being as unpopular as he seems currently to be, he may well face another round of protests, which this time around would have a very clear anti-Russian geopolitical dimension, which is not really the case with the protests that have been going on at the moment. Vladimir Putin may well want to avoid that. And so that means he actually might, if Alexander Lukashenko stays on in power, continue to support him financially and in order to stabilize the situation in Belarus without demanding too many further concessions.
A week on from